In life, we often believe that staying honest, working hard, and holding tightly to our values will always guide us toward happiness. But what we sometimes forget is that life is full of temptations. A single moment of weakness, a single greedy thought, can undo years of honesty and hard work. One decision has the power to open the door to lifelong success or slam it shut forever. Have you ever wondered how much your future depends on that one moment when your mind whispers, "Just this once, no one will know"? Today's story will take you deep into such a moment. Every turn in this tale teaches us a powerful lesson. If we do not learn to control our thoughts, even the most honest person can make the wrong choice and lose everything. Before we begin, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you never miss inspiring stories like this one. Your support helps us bring you more life-changing tales every day. Many years ago, in a small countryside town, there lived a young man named Ethan. His life was marked by hardship, but it was also grounded in honesty. Day after day, he searched for work. If he found some, he earned a few coins, bought simple food, cooked alone, and then went to sleep on a modest bed in his tiny cottage. It wasn't much, but it was his honest life. One afternoon, after wandering the whole day in search of work but finding none, Ethan began walking home with heavy steps and a heavier heart. The dust on his shoes told the story of his struggles. The sun dipped low, painting the sky orange, as if the world itself could feel his exhaustion. Just then, a voice called out from behind him, "Young man, can someone help me carry something?" Ethan turned around and saw an old man standing near the roadside. His hair was silver, his back slightly bent, and beside him were 3 enormous duffel bags. They looked far too heavy for a frail old man to handle. Ethan quickly responded, "Yes, sir. I can help you." The old man smiled faintly and said, "I need to travel to the next village. It's a bit far. I can manage 2 of these bags, but the third is too heavy for me. If you carry it for me, I'll reward you with 3 gold coins." Ethan's eyes widened slightly. 3 gold coins could feed him for weeks. Without hesitation, he agreed. But as soon as he lifted the bag, his knees buckled under its weight. "Wow," Ethan gasped, "this is heavier than I imagined." The old man nodded calmly. "Yes. It's filled with bronze coins." Even though it was heavy, Ethan hoisted the bag onto his shoulder and began walking alongside the old man. As they walked together, Ethan noticed something strange. The old man kept glancing at him from time to time. Ethan's heart tightened with unease. Maybe he's afraid I'll run away with the bag, Ethan thought. But then he reminded himself, no, I'm not that kind of man. I've worked hard all my life to earn honestly. I would never betray someone's trust. The thought comforted him, and he straightened his back with quiet pride. Soon, they reached the edge of a wide river. The water shimmered under the fading sunlight, flowing strong but passable. Ethan stepped forward into the cool water and began crossing with the heavy bag on his shoulder. But when he looked back, he saw the old man had not moved. "I'm too old," the man said, shaking his head. "I cannot cross the river with both these bags. If I try, I may drown. Please, could you carry 1 more bag for me? I'll pay you 3 more gold coins." Ethan paused, then nodded. But as he reached for the bag, the old man suddenly raised a hand. "Wait. Promise me you won't run away. This one has silver coins inside." Ethan frowned slightly, a bit offended. "Do I really look like a thief to you?" he asked. "I don't cheat people for money. I just want to work and earn honestly. Give me the bag." Though doubtful, the old man finally handed it over. Ethan lifted the second bag, crossed the river, and placed it safely on the opposite bank. The coins inside glittered faintly, but even then, Ethan didn't let greed sway him. His values still held strong. Daniel lifted the final bag onto his back, feeling its weight press down on his shoulders. His footsteps echoed softly as he climbed over the hill, leaving the old man behind at the base. The air was still, and for a moment, Daniel's mind was filled only with the sound of his own breathing. But then, like an unwelcome whisper, a thought slithered into his heart: what if I kept these bags? He hesitated, trying to silence the thought, but another followed. If I ran now, the old man could never catch me. He's frail. He'd never even make it over this hill. The idea pulsed louder with every step. For the first time in his life, Daniel felt the tug of temptation strong enough to shake his values. Then greed painted the picture brighter. With this fortune, I could start over. I could live in comfort, wear fine clothes, buy a house, marry the woman of my dreams. His heart raced. Each fantasy made his grip on honesty slip a little more. The hill seemed endless, and with every step, Daniel's battle with his conscience grew heavier than the bags he carried. Finally, Daniel gave in. He tightened his hold on the bags and began to run, first slowly, then faster, until he was sprinting down the hill with all 3 duffel bags bouncing against him. His breath came in ragged gasps, but his mind screamed with excitement. This is it. My chance at everything I ever wanted. At last, he burst into his small, lonely home. Panting and drenched in sweat, he threw the bags onto the floor. His hands shook as he untied the ropes, expecting the shimmer of gold and silver to spill across the room. Instead, dull gray stones tumbled out, bouncing across the floor. His heart stopped. He scrambled to open the second bag, stones. The third, more stones. No, this can't be, he whispered, his voice trembling. Confusion twisted into anger. Why would the old man lie? Why would he make me carry these worthless bags? And then his eyes caught something, a folded note tucked inside. With shaking fingers, he picked it up and read aloud. I am the king of this land. I have grown old, and I have no heir. I set out on a journey to find one honest soul who values integrity above riches. Had you carried these bags without betraying my trust, I would have welcomed you as my son and as the future king. But you chose greed. So you are not the one. Daniel's body went cold. His knees buckled, and tears filled his eyes. For years, he had lived honestly, choosing truth even when it cost him jobs or friends. And yet, in one fleeting moment, he let temptation take root. That single choice shattered his chance at a destiny far beyond anything he had ever dreamed. The realization stung deeper than any wound. If only I had held on a little longer. If only I had trusted myself. If only I had controlled that single thought. The crown, the kingdom, the life of honor, it had been within his reach. Now, it slipped away forever, leaving behind nothing but stones and sorrow. This story shows us how dangerous a single thought can be. Daniel wasn't a thief. He wasn't a liar. He had lived as an honest man. But the seed of greed, once planted, grew quickly into a storm that destroyed everything. One negative thought can become words. Words can become actions. Actions form habits. And habits shape the path of our lives. On the other hand, positive and honest thoughts are like gentle seeds that bloom into strong, beautiful trees. They give shade, fruit, and peace for years to come. If we protect the garden of our mind, we can live a life filled with joy, honor, and peace.